Hey guys, this is Jeremy with Blue Ridge Family Outdoors. Appreciate you tuning back into the channel. If you like what you see on this channel, you'll look right here, hit that subscribe, notification bell, leave a comment down below. We'd much appreciate it. Today we got a quick video for you. We're going to try some Midnight Blue popcorn kernels. We're going to show you how to make homemade popcorn. We're going to give you an avocado hack that'll give you good, perfectly ripe avocados in just a day or two. And we're going to show you how to make our homemade Creole seasoning we used in the last video. So stick around. As you've seen on the channel, I want to do a lot of different cooking type stuff. I want to just show you all a lot of the stuff that we do here. So I not only enjoy outside cooking, but I enjoy cooking inside too. So today we're going to do homemade popcorn. We're not really making a popcorn, we're just cooking it in here. So we went to the Rural King. I don't know if you have a Rural King where you're at, but when you go in there you can't help but find things that you like. So today we found this Amish Country Midnight Blue. I don't know if you get a good shot of that. Midnight Blue popcorn. We're going to try this. I didn't know there were different kinds of popcorn. I had no idea. We'll be using the movie theater butter, and all this is just a soybean oil, the sunflower oil, canola oil, natural butter flavor. You could use any kind of oil. Some people use vegetable oil. That's perfectly fine. To top it, we're going to use the movie theater butter, which ironically is exactly the same thing. It just comes in a spray bottle. So if you like melted butter on your popcorn, use that. If you want something a little easier, try that. And also we've got the different seasonings. Ranch, which I personally am not a fan of, but the kids are. Good old-fashioned popcorn salt, which Shannon likes, and I like it too. I like the kettle corn. So first things first, we're going to take, if you'll just get a shot in here, I'm going to put enough oil. It's supposed to be like a 3-to-1 ratio, but I don't do that. I just cook by feel. So I've already got the pot on, about 2. We're going to turn it up to about probably a 4 or a 5. And we just want to coat the bottom of the pan. If you get that, that's all you got to do, just enough to coat the kernels. Alright, going in with the Midnight Blue, and if you want to look down in here, here's how I do it. They say a 3-to-1 ratio, so I don't know how much oil I put in there. I just know I coated the bottom. So I'm going to go in with about the right amount, which is about that much. So I'm just going to take it there, give it a good shake, get everything coated real good, and we're going to let this heat up nice and slow. And once we hear this start to pop, then we're going to crank the heat up, and we got to move it the whole time, because that's where people make a mistake making popcorn like this. So we're going to let this heat up. See you back in just a minute. So it's been a couple of minutes. I just want to let y'all take a look. Everything's getting good and happy. That's what we call happy. That's what we want to start seeing. So it's not going to be much longer. I've got the heat on just a medium heat, about a 5. So just a few more minutes and we'll be ready. Alright, so if you can just get a real close look at that, hopefully we'll get it before it starts popping. We just had a couple of kernels, getting a little bit of action in there. I'm going to turn the heat on high, and here is the trick to this. We've got to keep this moving once it starts popping real good, or it will scorch. So we're going to keep an eye on it, and don't walk away from it at this point right here. Give it a little bit of a shake every now and again. Alright, so you can listen. We get a little bit of action here, so here's the magic of all of it. Pick it up off the heat, give it a good shake, put it back down on the heat. Kind of like cooking outside. It's about temperature control. We want all the heat we can get. Kind of like in microwave popcorn. Most people don't read the directions. So when you hear a couple of seconds, maybe 1 second between pops, that means it's time to remove it. So we got some good action going here. You want to keep moving that, but it's hot. I'd get a towel. This was really hot. High heat, remember. Bring it off there, shake it a little bit. You hear it start to slow down a little bit. There we go. A little bit more. That's it right there. We're taking it off the heat, turning this off, and we're just going to shake this around a couple of times, make sure we don't scorch anything. And there you go. So we're going to let this cool off just a minute. We'll get this put in a bowl. I'll show you what to do next. Alright, so if you'll take a look down here, we got 3 bowls because everybody wants a little different seasoning. And we got the movie theater butter flavored Spritzer. Now, I've never seen this before. It's the same stuff that we use to cook it in, but apparently you can drip, stream, and spray. So just to demonstrate, very slightly push it down, you get a drip. If you want to stream, you go there. And if you want to spritz it, which is my personal favorite, take a look at this. Toss it around a little bit. That's way better to me. So let's go ahead and give everything a good coat. And this stuff isn't super strong. As far as, whoops, I got that all over right there. Okay, we'll clean that up in a minute. Now for the seasoning. So you have to be careful with this stuff. Always good to do a little bit of a taste test. Oh yeah, we need some more. And I think the idea of the spray is more to help the seasoning stick. Alright. Popcorn salt. Mix this one up a little bit. Shannon had to have her own little bowl of it because she's too plain. It's probably going to be good for that. And then my personal favorite, the kettle corn. Plenty on there. Alright, so we got the taste tester with us. I've already tasted mine, it's good. Shannon's got hers already, it's good. But here's the real key. Do the kids like it? Because if they don't like it, they'll tell you. Alex, that's ranch. Taste of it, see what you think, buddy. Good enough? You like it? We got enough seasoning on it? Alright. There you go. It's pretty simple. Popcorn on a Sunday night. Enjoy the popcorn. We noticed a couple of things that are different. If you'll remember, this was the midnight blue type of kernel. I've never had this before. A couple of things to take note of is how much smaller those kernels are. Also, if you'll look, let me find a piece right here. If you'll look, that looks burnt. That's not burnt at all. That's just the nature of the kernel, and that's just what it looks like. If you'll remember in the bag earlier in the video before we started cooking, it just looked a little bit different. Midnight blue was the type of kernel that we had here. I had no idea there were different types of popcorn kernels, but this stuff is pretty good. I like it, so we will definitely be trying this out again. Hard as a rock. What are you going to do with that? So you got a couple options. You could just wait for a week or whatever. From my experience, if you wait a week, by the time they start to get ripe, they start to rot a little bit. And there's just not a whole lot of options that I ever knew of before. But with this right here, I'm going to show you a trick real quick that will get your avocados to just the correct ripeness just a couple of days. This right here, we're just simply going to place our avocados. The bottom of this, I've done up to 3 or 4 avocados. Take the banana, put it in there, Fold this over. Seal it up real good. Leave that sitting on the counter, and in about 2 to 3 days, you're going to have avocados that are about the correct ripeness. Another trick to note, once you get them to that ripeness, stick them in the refrigerator over there in the vegetable, the crisper or whatever, and it's going to hold those at that ripeness for a few more days. We eat a lot of avocados, and it's real hard to get that window of just the correct ripeness where you could eat those out of the shell like we do. But this trick right here, I don't know how it does it. I don't care the science behind it. All I know is it works. So give this a try, see if this helps your avocado ripening skills. Alright guys, so it's been, if you'll take a look down here, it's been a day. We're going to pull the banana out. Notice from the last video, it's a little bit more ripe than it was. I'm going to pull one of these avocados out. And if you look at this, you can see we got just a little bit of squish to that, which this is the perfect ripeness in order to eat those out of the shell like we do. So, quick tip, avocados, brown bag, banana, and you're going to have yourself a nice treat in a day or two. Alright, in the Coker Creek trail hike that we had this past weekend, you heard me mention my homemade Creole seasoning right here. So I just wanted to give you all a recipe and explain to you kind of how we come up with this. So our family really enjoys this Tony Kosher's Creole seasoning right here. Shannon and I just took some time one day and started mixing stuff up, looked on the ingredients here, and just kind of come up with our own. So the quantities that we used were these right here, which these are 2 1/4, this is 2 1/2. So when you're looking at the store, you're looking, these are Walmart, Ingles, anywhere your local grocery store will have these somewhere in a 2 to 2 1/2 ounce size. And the parts are this is the recipe, and this will be linked in the description below. One of these onion powder, one of these garlic powder, 1 paprika, and 1 chili powder. Now, once we mix all that together, then we're going to put 2 tablespoons of black pepper. You can have your own grinder or buy one of these right here. It's fresh ground black pepper. I like fresh ground black pepper a lot better. 9 tablespoons of salt and 3 tablespoons of cayenne pepper. Now, the salt is kosher salt. And this sounds kind of crazy, but I like cooking with kosher salt. It's not as salty, so you can add. It takes more kosher salt to get the same amount of saltiness as iodized salt. So we got 9 tablespoons of that right here. What I would suggest you do is take about 5 tablespoons to start with, mix it up, taste it. If it needs a little more salt, put another tablespoon in it, mix it up, taste it again, and get it till it's the right salt content for your taste. Everybody's a little bit different. We chose to go with 9. When you season food with this, season it just as you would salt. So season your food whenever it's the correct saltiness for you, you're done. And you could always tweak this recipe a little bit if you want it a little bit hotter, put a little more cayenne in it. But other than that, that's all this right here is. Very similar to the Tony Kosher's and probably half the price or less. Alright guys, there you have it. There's my version of homemade popcorn, a little bit of an avocado hack, also the homemade Creole seasoning. If you got any questions, feel free to comment down below. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll see you next time. Beauty of editing. I can set and jack to whatever I want. Amish country, midnight blue. So if you want to get a shot of how much corn I'm putting in here, we gotta cut that open. Super duper close. I'm just asking. I don't know. All right. How many times have you went to the store? Let me start over.